it's me, Siren On The Dragon. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and share the video. So, a message I got was, it was just something that I was like kind of processing last night. So, what if you don't have any enemies? There's no such thing as enemies, right? And enemies are just a figment of your imagination. Enemies are a figment of your imagination, literally. Like, there's people or things that you imagine inside your mind that come into life and come into fruition through other people. Like, say, okay, if you feel like you're not good at basketball, but you're a basketball player, now all of a sudden you're faced with like your most arch enemy when it comes to basketball. Like, you just created that enemy, right? You manifested that enemy into fruition. That's honestly what happens with a lot of people when they make you their enemy. Usually when someone doesn't like you, it's something that a quality that you have about yourself that they wish that they have that they don't. So when they come into contact with you, you are a reflection of the energy that they've been running from. So you are their challenge. But within themselves, it's not you. It's not you. It's not because of something that you've done. It's because of something that they have yet to address within themselves. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. But I guess let's see what the cards say. Let's see what the cards say, I guess. Heart chakra. So a lot of things happen from your heart space. A lot of energy is created and conjured from your heart space. So if you have a dark heart, or you have a heart that's not necessarily, as giving or loving, that's the kind of energy that you'll attract. Connections with people that are not so loving, that are not so giving, that are not so generous, that are not, if it's the opposite. If you have a heart that's open, you'll attract people who want to be generous and loving towards you, of course, naturally. Because we're all reflections of one another. We're reflections of what we have within our soul, within our vessel, and the vibration that we stand on is what we attract. So do we have authority? So honestly and truly, I feel like your power comes from your heart space. Your power comes from your heart space. And then we got foundations and achievements on the bottom of the deck. That's the number 4 is on heart chakra card. The number 4 is on authority. And the number 4 is on this card right here. So the number 4 is definitely very significant for whoever this video resonates with. You should look up 444 and see what that means for you. And what does that mean for, since we talk about enemies, I guess enemies, Even though enemies are still a figment of your imagination. That's what I'm starting to realize. That's something that I've learned and that I'm learning throughout my journey right now, is that a lot of times my enemies are reflections of the things that I have been ignoring within myself, right? So yeah. Mental conflict in reverse. So honestly, I feel like this is also saying that you have the power to open up your heart space to attract what your heart desires if you choose to release the whatever this is that could be paining you. Whatever this is that's worrying you, if you put it in a reverse and say, you know what, I'm going to drop it, I'm going to let it go, and I'm going to move on. Moving on. These are all even numbers that are popping out too that has some type of significance as well. Okay, moving on. And move it away from this trapped in fear space, because we have 4, 4, 2, 6, 8. Even numbers are significant right now. Okay? Trapped in fear. So someone, you could be, if you're afraid to take a risk, don't be surprised that the advice that you receive is always limited. It's always like, oh, well, if you do this, then you do that. Or if you do this, this is going to happen. So don't do that. It's always like this, but wait, but hold on, but that's the place that you put yourself in. So that's why the advice that you're receiving is that way. Because you put your mind in a headspace to block off the potential of success. So then you go and you ask people, hey, well, what do you think about this? And they're telling you, oh, no, this is just da-da-da-da. Well, that's what you already had in your mind. So, of course, that's what you're going to receive. Don't expect people to encourage you if you don't encourage yourself. Yeah, look, solar plexus chakra. Now there's a shift in the energy because we have an odd number. There's a shift. The number 3. The number 3 is about expansion, growth, right? And the solar plexus chakra is also about your confidence, your self-esteem, your willpower to go for it. Go for whatever it look, and then you're going to be successful. Again, odd number, the shift. If you shift from within, around will shift as well. Trust and believe, I'm talking to myself right now too, y'all. So we got triumph. We're going to be successful. And then we got 15 here. So this person is needing to resist the temptation. Resist the temptation to dwell in the dark. Resist the temptation to feed the flesh, the energies of, the surface energies, the things, the material stuff. Sometimes we can get really wrapped up in material possessions. What look good on the outside, not necessarily what feels good on the inside. That causes, that's a solar plexus blockage. Because if you feel good on the inside, no matter what, you're confident in, no matter what, it doesn't matter what you wear or what you have if you feel good on the inside. Anything else? Shadow. Yeah, so we have shadow work. Shining light on those shadows. Do you feel worthy walking around in Walmart clothes, Goodwill clothes, thrift store clothes? Do you still feel worthy? Do you still feel like you are empowered? If not, then that's something to look at. Because your worth shouldn't be determined by the price of your clothes or by how much money you have or don't have. Do have, don't have. It shouldn't matter. All right? And then you come into situations with enemies where there's somebody who's wealthy who is attacking you. This person got way more money than you got. But what are you telling yourself when it comes to money? Do you feel like you deserve the money that you have? Do you feel like you deserve to have more money? Or do you feel like you'll never get past a certain space? It's like your enemies are there to teach you what is it about yourself that you need to evaluate. Why is this wealthy person trying to attack you? You got everything in the world, or they got everything in the world at what you know, at the tips of their finger. Why are they trying to attack you? That's a question for you, not for them. Because obviously, whatever you're reflecting towards them is something that they haven't looked at. You know, trapped in fear. Then you have partnerships. Partnerships. But that again is telling me you attract what you feel and what you are on the inside. What do you feel about yourself on the inside? What are you attracting on the inside? Partnerships. Emotional withdrawal. Are you attracting people who are suffering in silence, who save face, who push their emotions to the back and put on a smile just to make it look good? And then you kind of wonder why the advice that you receive could be like very shallow. Because what do they have to offer? What do you have to offer to yourself is the question. Choose wisely. Choose wisely. Because there's a new start that's coming in. There's a new start coming in very soon. Very soon. Something new. But you gotta face your fears, you know. Stand up against yourself. Stand up against you. It's you versus you. It ain't you versus them. You don't got no enemies. Some people's invisible. They at war with themselves. In the same way, if they are at war with themselves, and you are, in fact, at war with yourself. And especially if you can't see that. New view. Trying to see things from a higher perspective. Leave it behind. Enemy where? Who? Enemy in the mirror. Alright? You are your own worst. You are your own. Look. You are your own nightmare. While pretending to be somebody who you're not, pretending to have more than you have. I don't know. This is not a judge situation. This is just a gentle reminder. Change starts from within. And there is no such thing as an enemy. There's no such thing. People be fighting with themselves. We don't have any offers over here. We have cut the lights at Opville. Okay? You let them people stay at war by themselves. Anything else? New beginnings. Again, I'm telling you, something new is coming in. And you can't, where you going, you can't afford to be like, I got an enemy. What? The people who you about to be around, they're going to be like, huh? Enemy? Excuse me? That's one of those, everybody push their seat back. Everybody push back, pushing away from you. Like, she said, he said, enemy. What? Because you're protected. There's no enemy. Wait, there's no enemy. What else? Protection, look, it came out. It flew out. This new beginning that you're going towards, you're going to be very protected. Very, very prosperous. Very prosperous. Oh, shoot. Very empowered. Yeah. So my cars just fell into the wax, but they didn't burn. They fell into the fire, but they did not burn. So that has some significance to it. No matter how hot it gets, know that you're protected. You ain't gonna burn. You're not gonna burn. It's just gonna get a little hot, you know, a little caliente, a little warm, just a little bit, you know. And you got good luck here. Reconciliation, reconcile with your soul, reconcile with yourself. The sides of you that you have forgotten, the sides of you that you have ignored, the sides of you that need some TLC. Because we got somebody here who focuses too much on their enemies that are imaginary. They are imaginary, y'all. No matter how big they seem, no matter how many of them it seems, they are but an imagination. Okay? A figment of your imagination, but a figment of your imagination. I don't know. If it doesn't make sense now, it'll make sense one day. Y'all go ahead, like, share, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Bye.